Hey everyone, welcome back to Vibrations and Manifestations. Today, we're going to tear down a myth that might just be the single biggest thing holding you back on your journey. It's this idea we're all taught to admire, but honestly, it could be sabotaging you in ways you don't even see coming. We're talking about the myth of willpower.
You've seen it online, right? The gurus telling you that a freezing cold shower every morning is the secret key to building unbreakable discipline. But what if that whole brute force method is just completely missing the point?
Or how about this one, the promise of a quick fix in a bottle? The idea that you can just pop a pill and suddenly have perfect focus and self-control. It sounds great, I get it, but our brains are just a little more complicated than that.
And all those little motivation hacks you see everywhere, yeah, they might give you a little spark for a day or two, but that fire always seems to fizzle out, doesn't it? It leaves you right back where you started. So, what if we've been trying to climb the wrong ladder this whole time?
This all leads to one really important question. What if the entire story we've been told about self-control, about grit, about pushing through the pain, what if it's all based on an old, outdated map of the human mind?
So for decades, the way we've talked about self-control is like it's some kind of fixed trait. You either have it or you don't. But the science is now painting a totally different and honestly a much more hopeful picture.
You see, the old model, which scientists called ego depletion, basically said that self-control is like a muscle. You use it and it gets tired. But the new science has a different name for it, conflict monitoring. And this suggests it's not about your strength running out, it's about your attention getting pulled away. Now that old muscle idea, it kind of made sense, right? It explained why after a long, hard day of making decisions and resisting temptations, you just feel completely drained. It's like a mana bar in a video game. Every little choice strains it, and by the time evening rolls around, you've got nothing left in the tank. That's when the junk food and the endless scrolling win. But what's really draining that bar? Well, it turns out the biggest things that kill your self-control, they aren't laziness or some kind of character flaw. No, there are two hidden forces that are constantly working to hijack your brain's control system. And here they are: emotional suppression and chronic stress. Think about it. Every single time you push down a feeling, anger, sadness, whatever it is, you are burning through an incredible amount of mental energy. It takes constant effort to keep that stuff buried, and it creates this invisible drain on your power. And chronic stress? It's just as bad. It pulls your focus completely outward. You're constantly scanning for the next email, the next deadline, the next problem. And when your attention is always stuck on the outside world, you lose touch with what's going on inside. You lose your connection to yourself. And right there, that's where self-control starts to fade. Okay, so let's get into the really cool part, the neuroscience. There is a specific part of your brain that's basically the command center for self-control. And once you understand how it works, everything changes. It's called the anterior cingulate cortex, or ACC for short. Now, don't worry about the name. Just think of it as your brain's internal conflict monitor. Its whole job is just to notice when you're feeling a tug of war between two different things you want. So imagine you're looking at a menu. The ACC is the part of your brain that notices the battle between wanting the pizza and wanting the salad. Now, it doesn't choose for you. It just raises a little red flag. It sends a signal up to the CEO of your brain and says, hey, pay attention, we've got a conflict here. And as long as that little monitor is switched on, you are in the driver's seat. And this, right here, is the most important piece of the whole puzzle. You don't lose control because a craving is too strong or because your willpower is too weak. You lose control the moment your brain stops monitoring the battle. The second your awareness drifts, your automatic habits take over. So if a lack of awareness is the problem, then it's pretty clear what the solution is, right? It's awareness itself. Learning to pay attention in a new way, that is your real superpower. So let's completely reframe this. Self-control is not about fighting yourself. It's not about white-knuckling your way through a craving. It is the simple, gentle act of just holding your attention on that inner conflict and just watching it without any judgment at all. And the easiest way to switch that conflict monitor back on is with one simple phrase. Part of me wants this. Part of me wants that. Seriously, that's it. The moment you name both sides of that internal tug of war, you stop being a soldier in the battle and you become the one observing the battle. And in that one moment, you've brought your ACC back online. So let's actually put this into practice. Let's shift from using force to just using observation. I want to give you a really simple but really powerful tool that you can start using literally the second this explainer is over. It's called the naming practice. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, just notice that feeling of being pulled in 2 different directions. Step 2, pause. Just take 1 single conscious breath. And step 3, name the conflict out loud or in your head. Say, part of me wants to keep scrolling on my phone, and part of me wants to get a good night's sleep. That's the whole thing. That simple act of noticing is self-control in action. So if this is clicking for you, here are a few things you can do. First, just try the naming practice once today. Just once. Second, before you go to sleep tonight, do a quick 30-second inner weather check. Just see what's going on inside. And if you want to go even deeper, we've got a full guided awareness exercise on the podcast that will actually help you train your ACC, plus a really powerful stress release meditation to help dissolve all that tension that's hijacking your attention. It's the perfect way to really integrate everything we've talked about here. So let's leave it with this one final thought. True self-control was never about being tougher or stronger. It's about being more present. The more you can just pay attention to your inner world with a little bit of kindness, a little bit of curiosity, the more control you will naturally have. Because awareness isn't just part of the equation. Awareness is control.